Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Good morning, everybody, and you heard the siren, and yes, I brought the cap down to the office. Another Black Hat commentary. But the happy days are here again, because there have been some things going on in the culture war that are worth celebrating. I was listening to one of my podcasts last night, and then I was kind of listening to it again this morning. Woke up in the middle of the night, and there's a service which some of you may or may not know about called Patreon, like Patron, where you can support creators on the internet, give them money for what they do, whether it be podcast or artwork or creative things, which I thought was great. And I signed up for Patreon probably 8 years ago, probably shortly after I got out here to IHM, because there were creators I wanted to support, especially people doing artwork for RPGs. I thought that was a great way to support them. And then with the 2016 election, in 15, I started listening to more and more political commentary. And you could see the pushback beginning to develop, because the internet became increasingly anti-Donald Trump and anti-conservative opinions. So I want to say it was in 16 or 17, maybe 17, that Patreon deplatformed somebody who I really didn't listen to. I knew he was an internet personality, Sargon of Akkad. That's not his real name, because that's a historical person, but that's the moniker he used. And he's English, and he offered, cultural and political commentary that Patreon disagreed with. And this guy was so popular, he apparently was rumored to be making about $10,000 a month on donations for people who appreciated his work, from the thousands of listeners he had. And Patreon abruptly pulled his account, shut it down, said it violated their terms of service, and it was really a strong blow against free speech. Then they did the same thing with Lauren Southern and Milo Yiannopoulos, or whatever his name is. Milo was always interesting. He was more flamboyant and provocative than substantive in my mind. He was more a shock jock of moderate conservative journalism and podcasting. But they pulled all of these, and all three are more on the conservative spectrum, libertarian conservative. And then that's when people like Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson, even Sam Harris, decided to dump Patreon, because they saw the writing on the wall that anytime the powers that be, the proverbial gatekeepers, decide that material is offensive, they will delete it. They'll just snuff it out. And that's going on now. That's going on now with Trump support. That's going on now with speculation about COVID-19. If you think the drug that the president recommended might be viable, you are now seen as anathema by many of these sites. They will simply delete the articles. It is good to accentuate the positive. That's a good thing. Love that song. But yeah, so anyway, apparently Patreon lost a lawsuit and could lose millions. It could shut down the website. I'll put the link from the Timcast on here down in the comments so you can find it. It's good news. I hope they go get woke and go broke. Just slap them upside the head, and I hope it bankrupts them. Yes, I wish financial ruin on those who wage the culture war pretending they weren't. So goodbye, Patreon. I hope you have to shut your doors. Maybe more on this later. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. There are things to be happy about. Ellen DeGeneres apparently had problems in her staff that she ignored of abuse and sexual predation. Guess the dancing might change. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for listening. I really recommend making the time to watch the Timcast. I know it might not appeal to some of you. These are two young guys, but they're fair-minded and they're on the ball, and they talk about Patreon and everything, give you a better description of it than I do, and it's linked in the bottom. So thanks for watching and for listening. I'm not shutting it off as soon as I was done with my rant. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.